Hello, welcome to Grief is Real, Big, Better Shared. I'm Angela Hamblin Kelly, the founder and administrator of the Baptist Centers for Good Grief. And today we want to talk about the way our brains grieve through some common cognitive grief reactions. Just a reminder, grief is a normal response to an abnormal event. Let me say that again. Grief is normal. It just doesn't feel normal. This is why today we wanted to discuss the cognitive aspects of grief. We know that we grieve in 5 ways: physically, emotionally, cognitively, spiritually, and behaviorally. We covered physical grief reactions in a previous video, and we will cover the other common grief reactions in upcoming videos.
Hello, my name is Lauren, and I'm a grief counselor and the executive director at Baptist Centers for Good Grief.
And I'm Robin. I'm a grief counselor and clinical director at Baptist Centers for Good Grief.
When people are grieving, they often expect emotional reactions such as sadness and anger. But grief is so much more than feeling sad. The death of a loved one can affect us in many different ways. The psychological aspects of grief can be particularly troubling because we may wonder if we are normal or if we're losing our minds. The intense emotions, racing thoughts, and overall stress can leave us in a mental fog. It's not uncommon for grieving people to lose their keys, mix up appointments, or find it hard to focus on even simple tasks.
During these intense days of grieving, it is normal to experience common grief reactions like disbelief, forgetfulness, confusion, questioning your memory, questioning the events surrounding the loss, and being easily distracted.
Here are some common cognitive reactions we see: feeling cheated, repeatedly reviewing the death, increased daydreaming, decreased self-esteem or negative thoughts about yourself, a heightened startle response, and sometimes there may be thoughts of self-harm. If you are having thoughts of self-harm, it is important to reach out immediately for help. You can call or text 988 or tell a trusted person. While these thoughts can occur during intense grief, we want to make sure you have the right support and care.
Grievers may find themselves replaying a running video of the loss in their mind, especially if the death was traumatic. This is the brain's way of attempting to make sense of something that feels chaotic and beyond understanding. Remember to be patient with yourself. Know that this is your brain's way of trying to process grief. Often, with time for mourning and healthy coping skills, the mental fog begins to lift.
Children and teens also experience grief in their brains. Sometimes it's difficult for children, especially young children, to label their feelings or explain how they feel. Children are still learning about emotions and expression. For example, a child may not know how to say, "I feel confused," but that confusion is very real. And when feelings cannot be expressed in words, they often show up in other ways, like increased daydreaming at school or difficulty concentrating. As caring adults, we need to watch for these cognitive reactions and recognize them as signs that more grief expression and support may be needed.
Thank you, Lauren and Robin. It's normal for grief to show up through cognitive symptoms, and this is expected. Grief does heal. Let me say that again. Grief does heal. Grief demands attention and care. It needs support and patience. Remember, your grief is a reflection of your love. You are not alone. The world is full of grievers like you. You can learn more about us at www.baptistgriefcenters.org and visit our YouTube channel for more resources. And remember, grief is real, big, and better shared.